How rich people think about enough differently. Most people have a broken relationship with the word enough. They either never feel like they have enough, chasing more forever, or they settle for too little, accepting mediocrity as their ceiling. But wealthy people think about enough in a completely different way. They define it strategically, reach it deliberately, and then stop the wealth accumulation race to focus on enjoying what they've built. This isn't about being content with poverty or giving up ambition. It's about knowing your number, hitting it, and choosing freedom over endless accumulation. I'm Kyle, and today I'm breaking down how rich people define enough, why most people never reach it, the psychological trap of always wanting more, and how to calculate your own enough number so you can stop chasing and start living. If you've ever felt like no amount of money is enough, or wondered why billionaires keep working when they have more than they could ever spend, this will reframe everything. Let's dive in. The average person thinks enough means covering expenses plus a little extra for comfort. If they make $50,000 and spend $45,000, they feel secure. But this definition is reactive, not strategic. It's based on current needs, not future freedom. Wealthy people think about enough in a completely different way. They define it as the amount of capital required to generate passive income that covers their desired lifestyle forever without working. This is called financial independence, or their FI number. For example, if you want $60,000 per year to live on and you follow the 4% rule, you need $1.5 million invested. That $1.5 million becomes enough because it produces $60,000 annually indefinitely. Once you hit that number, work becomes optional. This is a fundamentally different mindset. It's not about earning more salary, it's about owning enough assets to never need a salary again. Most people never calculate this number, so they never know what they're working toward. Here's why most people never reach enough. They don't define it. Without a specific target, there's no finish line, so they run forever. Every raise triggers lifestyle inflation. Every bonus gets spent. Every increase in income is matched by an increase in expenses, so they're always earning more but never feeling wealthy. This is the hedonic treadmill in action. Wealthy people escape this by defining enough early and locking it in. They decide, when I have $2 million, I'm done accumulating. After that, I optimize for time, health, and impact. This clarity creates focus. They know what they're building toward, and they stop when they get there. The average person has no target, so they keep working, keep consuming, and keep feeling like they don't have enough, even when they objectively do. The lack of definition creates perpetual dissatisfaction. The psychology behind never feeling like you have enough is comparison. Humans are wired to compare themselves to their peers. If your neighbor buys a nicer car, you suddenly feel behind. If your coworker gets a promotion, you feel inadequate. Social media amplifies this by exposing you to the top 1% globally, making everyone feel like they're falling short. Wealthy people break this cycle by defining enough based on their own values, not external comparisons. They ask, what do I actually need to be happy and free, not what do I need to keep up with others? This shift from external validation to internal clarity is what allows them to stop the race. The billionaire who keeps working isn't doing it because he needs more money. He's doing it because he hasn't defined enough or he's addicted to the game. But the millionaire who retires at 45 did the math, hit his number, and chose freedom. Same wealth, different mindset. Calculating your enough number is simple but requires honesty. First, define your ideal annual spending. Not what you spend now, but what you'd want to spend if money wasn't an issue. Be realistic. Include housing, travel, hobbies, healthcare, and buffer for unexpected costs. Let's say you land on $80,000 per year. Second, multiply by 25. This is the inverse of the 4% rule, which says you can safely withdraw 4% of your portfolio annually without running out. $80,000 times 25 is $2 million. That's your enough number. If you invest $2 million and it returns 8% annually, you can withdraw $80,000 per year, 4% after inflation, indefinitely. Once you hit that $2 million, you're done. Work becomes optional. This clarity transforms everything. You're no longer aimlessly accumulating, you're strategically building toward a specific, achievable goal. But here's the trap. When people approach their enough number, they move the goalposts. I said 1 million was enough, but now I think I need 2 million. Actually, 3 million feels safer. This is loss aversion and fear speaking. The brain resists stopping because it's wired to fear scarcity. Wealthy people overcome this by deciding their number in advance and committing to it publicly or in writing. They also build in a safety buffer. If they think they need 1.5 million, they set the target at 2 million to account for market volatility and unexpected expenses. But once they hit it, they stop. They don't keep moving the target. This discipline separates those who achieve freedom from those who stay on the treadmill forever. The goal isn't infinite wealth. It's enough wealth to live the life you want without financial stress. Beyond that, more money doesn't increase happiness, it just adds complexity.
Rich people also understand that enough applies to consumption, not just wealth. They know that beyond a certain point, more stuff doesn't make you happier. Research shows that happiness increases with income up to about $75,000 to $100,000 per year, adjusted for cost of living, then plateaus. Beyond that, additional spending has diminishing returns. Wealthy people internalize this. They buy quality over quantity. They live in nice but not excessive homes. They drive reliable cars that don't break down, but they're not collecting supercars. They travel, but they don't need to stay in the most expensive hotels. They've defined enough for consumption. Enough to be comfortable, enjoy life, and avoid stress, but not so much that they're wasting money on things that don't bring lasting value. This restraint is what allows them to reach their FI number faster because they're not inflating lifestyle with every income increase. Another dimension of enough is time. Wealthy people recognize that time is the ultimate finite resource. You can always make more money, but you can't make more time. So once they hit their enough number, they shift focus from making money to spending time on what matters: family, health, hobbies, travel, impact. The average person sacrifices time to make money their entire life, then has money but no time or health to enjoy it. Wealthy people reverse this. They work intensely for 10 to 20 years to hit their number. Then they buy back their time. This is the ultimate luxury, not stuff, but freedom. Freedom to wake up without an alarm. Freedom to spend weekdays with your kids. Freedom to pursue passion projects that don't pay. This is what enough actually buys: time and optionality. The concept of enough also prevents the trap of overworking and burnout. Many high earners make $200,000 to $500,000 per year, but are miserable because they hate their jobs. They stay because they think they need more money, but they never defined how much. If they calculated their enough number and realized they're already past it, they could quit tomorrow. But without clarity, they stay trapped. Wealthy people who define enough early avoid this. They hit their number, leave high-stress jobs, and transition to lower-stress work they enjoy, even if it pays less. They're optimizing for life satisfaction, not salary. This is only possible when you know your number and have the discipline to stop accumulating once you hit it. Most people work until they physically can't anymore, not because they need to, but because they never defined enough. Here's how to implement this mindset. First, calculate your FI number using the formula annual spending times 25. Second, track your progress toward it monthly. Make it your North Star. Third, resist lifestyle inflation. When income increases, invest the difference, don't spend it. Fourth, define enough for consumption. Decide what quality of life makes you happy and stop upgrading beyond that. Fifth, build a safety buffer into your number so you don't move the goalposts out of fear. Sixth, commit to stopping once you hit your number. Write it down, tell someone, or make it part of your identity. Seventh, shift focus from accumulation to enjoyment once you hit enough. The goal isn't to die with the most money, it's to live the best life. Eighth, redefine success from more to enough. This single shift will reduce stress, increase satisfaction, and give you permission to stop the race. The people who master enough share one trait. They're content without being complacent. They're satisfied with their financial position, but they're still growing in other areas: health, relationships, skills, impact. They've stopped chasing money, but they haven't stopped living. This is the paradox. Defining enough doesn't make you lazy, it makes you free to focus on what actually matters. The billionaire grinding 80-hour weeks is often less happy than the millionaire who works 20 hours per week doing what he loves, because one has defined enough and the other hasn't. Wealth without a definition of enough is a prison. Wealth with a clear definition of enough is freedom. The choice is yours. Chase forever or define your number, hit it, and stop. Tell me in the comments, what's your enough number? And are you on track to hit it? This mindset shift from more to enough is the key to financial peace. Let's build it together.